During the next day on my trip to Malta, I visited St. Agatha's Catacombs, which is a series of tunnels where ancient Christians are buried. This is where I met Father Victor. He volunteered to show me the catacombs.
So this is a whole complex here of a historical place, which has been for hundreds of years known as an important place, especially in the history of Malta. Now here we are going now to the crypt which is an underground church also dedicated to the saint. Right, so we follow to the catacombs now. Is an underground Christian cemetery.
Underground cemetery.
Underground Christian cemetery. So the catacombs are underground, not because Christians were persecuted, but this was a custom in Malta, going back to even 1,000 years before, almost 1,000 years before Christ. People dug their graves underground. Malta was short of sand or soil. The rocky Malta is very soft. It's limestone.
Limestone.
It's limestone, not very hard. So they invented digging underground, having narrow corridors and graves on each side.
What are you going to show me, Father?
Right, so we have a look at some of the remains which you find in our catacombs.
Some bones?
Some
These
human bones,
human
which are
remains.
Yes, human remains, which are about 2,000 years old. Most of the catacombs have been found by grave robbers in the Middle Ages.
Grave robbers came and took everything.
This was a custom in olden times, not only in Malta, but throughout the whole world.
So what, did the grave robbers sell these things, or how did they?
Right, the robbers, you see, all these people who had permission from the government.
They had permission from the government to rob the
For the Knights of St. John, the Grand Master. In fact, they had to give part of what they find to the Grand Master. Then either they kept them for themselves or they sold them to rich people.
Do you have more?
Yes, we have in our catacombs at least 14 in all, yeah.
14 in all? Let's go see some more.
See. Mm-hmm. Besides here, we have also other type of graves, which are called the window grave. We have 3 on this side, another one here, and another grave here, which is also a window grave. On this side, another grave here, again for 2 parents, and on the sides, 8 little ones.
8 small graves for 8
more babies. Yeah. We have the smallest one there, which is said to be for the fetus also.
I have something that I'm curious about. How did you get into archaeology? You're a priest, but how did you get into something like this to dig? And did you always have an interest?
Well, since I was a young boy, I had interest in the history of Malta. Then I joined the society in 1953. And when I was still studying for priesthood, doing philosophy and theology, during my free time, I used to come down here to remove the remains, to remove the stones from here, the soil and the rubbish.
So this was a hobby for you?
It was a hobby.
And then it ended up working itself into your mission.
Yes.
As a Christian priest.
Yes.
I know you know your way out of here, Father, but have you ever gotten lost here?
As far as I know now.
No, you know your way.
But when sometimes I joke with people asking them a question, what would they do if lights go out?
Yes, what would you do?
They will say they shout, they cry, and I said, I stay quiet here, and I leave you here and go on my own. We are out of the catacombs.
And back into the church.
We have found our way out.
Thank you so much, Father.